the sprinkler, but it is going off right now, which is odd. I thought that went off at like 3 a.m. It's only 1:44. Huh. Isn't that odd? But yeah. Uh, Again, this is a Redeye Raw Live, so it doesn't necessarily have to stick to one topic, but it has been a while since I've done a Go Nagai video. And that's a big part of my channel, but it really has been a fat fucking minute. And I was just thinking about it because I rewatched the first episode of the 70s Devilman when I got home from work because I'm because I just got done watching it. Chat hidden. I don't want that. Bring the chat up. I want to see all the chat. There we go. Why did it do that? But yeah, I was thinking about it because I want to watch through the rest of Mazinger Z, right? I'm about halfway through that series. But like Mazinger Z, in all honesty, is very long. Like the original series, right? I really like it. It's just a lot of the episodes feel kind of samey. Whereas with Devilman and Cutie Honey, I felt that I guess due to the length, the Monster of the Week format never really overstayed its welcome for me, because both of them were like the perfect length, with Devilman being 39 episodes and Cutie Honey being 25. And that's not to say that I haven't enjoyed every episode of Mazinger Z. I absolutely have. It's just harder to commit myself to watch it, especially since I just don't think I find the robots as compelling. Because it's like, oh no, what new mechanical beast will Dr. Hell send today? That said, I might watch some more of that after this. This might be a short stream. We'll see how long it goes. Depending on what time I get off this, I might go watch a couple episodes of Mazinger Z. I think I'm on like episode 55 or something. I gotta double check. That's another thing, is trying to figure out where the hell I was. I know I was on volume 2. And I think I was on episode 55. But I don't think they've gotten... I think they did introduce Jet Scrander. I think they did that. I think that's as far as I've gotten. But I can't remember for sure. But yeah, that's really what made me think of doing this Redeye Raw. I was debating doing one anyway, but just figured that Go Nagai would be the topic I start off with. I need to go and watch the Kekko Common OVAs, because I have those. I just haven't watched them all. I think I watched the first episode dubbed, and it was really fun dubbed. I don't know which version would be superior, but with Kekko Common, I felt the dub would fit it. But I need to get into finishing more of that stuff so I can do some more Go Nagai videos, right? Because there's so many things of his that I haven't done videos on yet. There's plenty of Devilman expanded stuff that I haven't got to, right? Like the Hirudo Devilman, which, granted, that's not Go Nagai, that's Hiruda, but still. Other than that, that's just one thing I've been thinking of, is it's been a fat minute. I also need to get back to doing the South Park DVDs stuff, right? The discs in depth. But the problem with that is, what's the word? I just haven't had the motivation to do it, because I've just been kind of bored with South Park with the last couple of seasons. Specifically seasons 24 and 25. Granted, I can't even watch 25 because I don't have Paramount Plus, although I think we have it here, because I think Trevor has it. But yeah, just thought I'd come on here, talk about this stuff for a minute, because Go Nagai is my favorite manga author, and I've done over 100 videos on him, so it's a bit surprising that I haven't done one in so long, right? But that's the thing. I feel like I have things I do on the channel. I just like to do things. When I start doing one type of thing, I like to do that same type of thing for a long time, and then I move on to something else. And then I kind of go back to that old thing eventually. Because, obviously I'm going to do plenty more Go Nagai videos. But it's just been a minute. And, I haven't watched a lot of anime recently, just in general, as I've said before. But I decided to rewatch the first episode of Devilman 1972 tonight, because I do quite like that series. Other than that, I might... I did in fact record that SpongeBob movie Redeye Theater last night. But again, chances are that won't go up anytime soon because it's like 5th in line now behind a bunch of other Redeye theaters I haven't uploaded. And it's going to probably have to be heavily edited just due to the Viacom stuff, right? But also, the title of this stream doesn't have the other parentheses, because like that was the max character limit. I should have just maybe put Redeye Raw live while I was live and then come up with a title later like I did with the last one. Because obviously I'm not just going to talk about Go Nagai this whole time. I'm just talking about whatever. But I guess just that was the first topic that came to mind since I just, again, rewatched the first episode of Devilman. There's a certain charm to, like, old-school anime that you don't really get in a lot of the newer drawn ones. Like, they can be really derpy and, like, flawed with their animation errors and, like, cheap tricks they do, like reusing the same frames. But there's a certain charm you don't get with newer stuff. Because, like, older stuff is a lot more, like, colorful and vibrant. So that's something I do really like about the 70s Go Nagai adaptations. I do need to get some more... What's up, Anthony? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I need to finish reading some of the new mangas I've started, too, right? Like, I was reading DeadTube, but I gotta find out what place I'm on. Because I don't think, even though I transferred all my apps over to this new phone, I don't think it has my stuff on what's it called? On my save data. I've been good. We talking about Go Nagai. Nice. Well, not necessarily. That was just the starting off topic. Redeye Raw can be about whatever we want it to be about. That was just the jumping off point. Because I do like to, ramble and go off on tangents and talk about whatever. And that's the whole point of these. And that's why I do think it makes a lot of sense. I almost ended the stream there. What the hell's wrong with me? But that's the nice thing about doing these live. Is sometimes I'll get topics in mind that I wouldn't have otherwise had because I'm, going back and forth with the chat. But the reason I brought up Go Nagai, and I've already said this like 3 times in the video, is because I went and rewatched the first episode of the 70s Devilman, because I'm going to watch through that again now. Probably faster than I watched it the first time, because the first time I watched it with Kyler, and we took our sweet time. But I also need to get back to Mazinger Z. I also need to go back to Monster. That's not Go Nagai, but, I do need to go back to watching Monster. Monster's really good. It's crazy your channel introduced me to Devilman years ago, which got me into older anime in general, yeah? Yeah, Devilman's great, dude. It's still my favorite anime and manga franchise, even though there's not a single entry of it that is my favorite, it's just my favorite franchise. Because, manga-wise, my favorite is Ichi the Killer, so that's not Devilman. And anime-wise, I guess Elfen Lied, although the Devilman OVAs might be, so I guess that could be there. But I've actually, I know I did an unboxing of this forever ago, but you guys want to see the Violence Jack manga? I can pull it out if you want. It's right in front of me. Other than that, because Violence Jack is how I got into Go Nagai and how I, by extension, got into Devilman. Sure you'd like to see it? All right, give me a sec to get set up here. Enjoy the view of the ceiling for a minute. It is a nice ceiling, I know. I scraped it myself because it used to have asbestos on it. Anyway, whoa, there we go. All right, 1, 2, shoe nice. We're switching camera. Here it is. Guess I can pull out the individual volumes. Violence Jack has my favorite art in any manga. I really like the look of it. There's just something about it that I really like. Let me make sure there's no titties on any of these covers, because Violence Jack has a lot of nudity. But yeah, there's volume 1, right? I don't think it does, because I did the unboxing of it. So I think we'll be fine. And these are like omnibus volumes. Like, these don't look really big, but they are. They're fucking huge. How many pages are in this? Is this ridiculous? Let's see, page 497. Look at that. These things are huge. But they don't... Well, I mean, they're not. They're not huge. They're actually relatively small books. But they are jam-packed. Because in the original run, there were only 31 volumes. But in this, it has all of the 31 reduced down to 18. So there's 31, volumes worth of content contained into 18 volumes. So there's roughly 2 volumes per thing. Over 400 pages down. Yeah, nearly 500 for that one. How much is this one? Because I feel like Volume 1's one of the smaller ones. Let's see. 501. So yeah, like these things are huge. And the thing about Violence Jack that's really interesting about the way it's written is the chapters in Violence Jack are like 200 pages per chapter. There's like 2 chapters in each of these. Like, I'm not saying volume, I'm saying chapters. Each chapter is like a volume length. It's ridiculous. Violence Jack is written in such a unique way with that. But, it was like the second manga I read all the way through, because I read Death Note before that. Where the hell is Volume 3? Volume 3. There's Volume 3. And Volume 3's got the Slum King on it. There's that. How many pages is Volume 3? I'm curious now just to see if, which one's the longest, you know what I mean? And obviously I'm not counting, some of the copyright stuff, but, look at that art. Isn't that cool? Violence Jack is cool. 483, so not as big as the first 2. Let's see. What about the final volume? Is that, really fucking long? Let's see. The final volume is 506. Okay, so these are roughly, on average, about 500 pages a volume. That's fair, considering it's 2 volumes per it's 2 original volumes per complete edition volume, so that's fair. See, hold on a sec. I'm going to set this down for a minute. I want to show you guys maybe some of this. Hold on. Although, then again, that'd be a massive spoiler, so maybe I don't. On the other hand, I've already spoiled this series plenty of times, but let's see here. Can I even show that? Or does that got Rio's tits in it? Yeah, it's got Rio's tits in it. But it's Morbin time? Okay. There you go. Look who that fellow is. And people tried to say that this wasn't a sequel. There you go, alright. But I've already done a video showing the whole volume, so, I think it's pretty cool that Violence Jack is, one of the only mangas I own in its entirety. There's a few that I do, right? Because I own Devilman in its entirety, but that's much shorter. But Violence Jack, I think, is the longest one I own. At least in its entirety. If I owned all of Gantz or all of Dragon Ball, that'd be more, but I only have a couple volumes of each of those. And I haven't read Dragon Ball in its entirety. I've read Gantz in its entirety, but never Dragon Ball. Scanning for Morb heads, okay. What the hell? I feel like I'm fitting less of these than I was before. No, that's about right, actually. There we go. So yeah, that was, I guess I could have kept one to keep the camera balanced on, or the phone, I should say. We'll balance it on this DVD here. That'll do it. I'm about to do a humongous Morb in the toilet. There you go. Sounds like you're a Morbius male, right? Like that Peternity video. Was it Peternity or the other one who isn't Peternity but is the same kind of stuff and also had a very similar name? That's why I always just refer to them as the Peternities, even though they're 2 different people. because there's Peternity and XXX Peter XXX, who was originally called XXX Peternity XXX, but I think he changed it so people wouldn't think he's actually Peternity, because he's not. Good shit posters. What's this? Where did this come from? There's some sort of, #1 for all things Gundam. You know, I never really got into Gundam. Like, granted, I didn't really like mecha stuff until I started getting into Go Nagai, and that kind of changed my mind. Although, that's not true. I liked Megas. Like, I always liked Megas. I think Violence Jack is the coolest of the characters. I'd like to see someone drop another anime. Yeah, that's true. Check your toilet. I did a funny. Okay. I'm dunny with the funny. Show us your collection. Was this in my Berserk volume or something? No, is my Berserk volume in here? No, I think it's in the other room because it's in my book box. Because I've got volume 1 of Berserk, you know, like the big ones. The big, like, fucking tomes they got that are, like, hardcover. I need to finish reading that. I need to read all of Berserk. Because the anime was great. And it definitely was heavily inspired by Devilman. But a lot of people say it did the stuff better. And it might have. Like, Berserk, the Golden Age arc was on par, I feel, with Devilman for me. At least. Because the Golden Age arc was so good. Because granted, that's all I've really, like, I've read a little bit of other stuff here and there. But the Golden Age arc is really what I'm most familiar with, because I watched the old 97 anime. Which, by the way, underrated. Not a lot of people talk about the 97 anime. And a lot of people, like, try to say that none of the animes do the manga justice. Like, I think the 97 anime, the only thing that it really had different is that Puck wasn't a thing. So the beginning was a little different, right? So Puck's not in the beginning. But I thought it did it really well. And a lot of people, like, criticized, like, the theme song, too, but I thought it was fine. Like, I didn't expect it, and I didn't think it fitted at first, but it grew on me. I guess kind of like the Gantz theme, although the Gantz theme I find a little bit more obnoxious, right? Because I'm not the biggest fan of, like, Japanese rap. Manga was best for real. Yeah, I would say, like, looking at the art in Berserk, even if I have mangas I like more than this, I can say this with a straight face and say, Berserk is easily, objectively the best manga ever written. It's not my favorite. It's in my top 10, but it's not my favorite. But it is objectively the best one written. Because it's so good. And, like, the art is so detailed. I've never seen art as detailed as Berserk. Like I say, Violence Jack is my favorite art in manga. But the art in Berserk is next level. Like, it is... Nothing else comes even close to the amount of detail Miura put in it. Which is why I don't think it would work if someone else picked it up now, you know? Although I would like to see the story finish out. But then again, I've only really read the first volume, so I need to read more of it. But again, it's been hard to be motivated to get into anime lately. I am actually watching an anime. I'm 2 episodes in, which means I'm halfway through. I'm watching Thus Spake Kishibe Rohan, because it's on Netflix. I ship Guts and Farnice. Who's Farnice? Is that a horse? Since you did a horse icon there, is that who that is? Am I the only one who didn't understand the ending of Gantz? The ending to the anime or the manga? Because the anime has a completely different ending than the manga. Because the anime ending is confusing. And is completely different. Like, the anime ending kind of sucks. Because it's, like, ambiguous as to, like... Because they also make Gantz into the bad guy at the end of the anime, which is not how it is in the manga. Because in the manga, Gantz is actually the good guy who's helping the world, like, protect the world from an alien invasion that's trying to destroy humanity. Because, like, at the end of the manga, it's like, the manga literally just ends with them destroying the alien mothership, and then that's basically it. But in the anime, they changed it so that, like, Kay, like, goes and, like, tries to kill Gantz, but also, like, gets sent back and hit by the trainer. It's confusing. So you're clearly talking about the anime the more I talk about this, now that I think about it. Because the anime ending is a little fucking confusing. But again, I thought it was weird in the anime that they made Gantz into the bad guy and, like, sent all the people to try and kill Kay. But yeah, I love Gantz. Like, and Gantz O is great. Like, it adapts the Osaka arc. It leaves out a bunch of fucked up shit. but it still adapts it pretty accurately, and it's easily my favorite 3D animation in anime. Also, the PS2 game of Gantz is really fun. I wish it got a release over here, but I'm glad I did a full playthrough, and I'm glad I got the best ending too, completely by accident. Like the best ending, all you got to do is like keep everybody alive and like build the relationships. I guess the way I did, because the ending I got is what's considered the true ending to the game. And again, I got it completely by accident because I couldn't read what the stuff said I was doing for the role-playing segments. But yeah, I'm watching Thus Spake Kishibe Rohan. So far, the first 2 episodes are really good. I really like the format. So it's basically just Rohan telling these stories about these supernatural things he encountered, which begs the question, do you think these are stand users or are they something else? And I think they're supposed to be like something else, like ghosts and stuff, because JoJo always has all sorts of supernatural stuff, like vampires and ghosts and zombies and stuff. And maybe aliens, if Mikitaka's telling the truth. Which, chances are he's not, but I think it's fun to think that he is, and I like that Araki has never confirmed or denied that. But yeah, let's see. What else is there? Oh, you know what I don't get? Why do people hate on Cutie Honey Universe? I bet you that's where this came from too. This was probably an insert in Cutie Honey Universe. Yeah, I bet you that's where this came from. But why do people hate on it? Like I know they changed the theme song, which yeah, I was upset about too, but like it doesn't like ruin it. And like I know that Panzer Zora is like this weird like goddess type thing in it, which was a bit odd. And I know that like there was a couple of little like to be fair, a lot of the people who die in Cutie Honey Universe are like fine at the end because they do kind of a reset button sort of thing, which I guess that's kind of lame. But the deaths were way sadder, and I'm pretty sure her friend stayed dead, right? Like I can't remember her name, but the one that was like her best friend, didn't she like stay dead? I don't know. I need to rewatch Universe, but I remember really liking Universe and thinking, in all honesty, out of the animes of Cutie Honey, it's my second favorite. I sure love reading the manga Rage's protagonist intestines on his goofy journey against his old friend Pigeon. I mean, the joke kind of works, although Griffith isn't doesn't mean like pit isn't a bird, like Griffin maybe, kinda. But okay, I'll give you points for that one. That one works. But why, of course, it's my old friend Griffith. How the hell have you been keeping that? Yeah, I need to read more Berserk. And I've heard that the 2016 series sucks. I'll probably watch the movies at some point, though. The Golden Age arc movies. I've heard they're pretty good. Let's see. But yeah, no, I agree, though, that there should be a new Violence Jack anime. Like, the 3-episode OVAs are great. Like, I think those are... Like, the OVA trilogy of Violence Jack gets a lot of hate from fucking normies. But, like, it's really good. Like, especially episodes 2 and 3. Episode 1's a little boring. Like, Harem Bomber is not the greatest. And it's not based on the manga at all, but, like, Evil Town and Hell's Wind are great. Although I do think it's interesting that the order that they did them in, because in the manga, Hell's Wind happens way before Evil Town. But to be fair, though, I think that most of the arcs in Violence Jack can be read in effectively any order. Like, except for, like, the ending one. That one has to be the end. But most of them, you can kind of read in any order. I mean, you'll know the context you're missing. Like, what was his name? Was it Mondo? Mondo Satomi or something? And then he had his, like, friend who was, like, attracted to him. And then, like, he died, and then his friend started hallucinating that he was there or something. Again, Violence Jack has a lot going on. But also, like, there's that kid, Ryo Tatsumi, who, or is it Ryu? No, sorry. Tatsumi is the guy who is, Mondo's friend, I think, actually. But there's, Takuma, Ryu Takuma, who gets introduced in I think the Slums of Kanto arc, and then he comes back later. I wish he was more prominent than he was, in all honesty. They give you the impression he's going to be like super prominent, and then he's in like 3 arcs. But also, what chapter are you on of Berserk? I'm not sure. I think technically where I'm reading, like actually reading, because I'm still in volume 1. I've watched all of the Golden Age arc, but I'm still technically in the Black Swordsman arc where I'm reading. I think Guts just because he's still like going around with Puck, and they're like still looking for Griffith, like at the beginning before it flashes back to the Golden Age arc. So I'm still there, like I'm still somewhere there. I think he just killed like the count of some town or something. I don't remember. It's been a couple months since I've read it. I've been really slacking on reading manga just in general. I used to read it like all the time and get through stuff so quickly. Like Ichi the Killer, I read in like 3 days, whereas Violence Jack, I read all of it that was out over a period of time. Like, because like Violence Jack, I used to read on my iPod between college classes back when I was in college. And I would read it because I had a Manga Storm, which I don't think exists anymore. But like, it was a manga app you had to pay for. Who's Jack and why is he so violent? Well, who he is, I mean, that's a massive spoiler, but he's Devilman. But I mean, everyone knows that. Um, but before that, he's supposed to be really mysterious, and he's called Violence Jack because he draws a storm of violence to him. Like violence is drawn to him like a magnet, and it follows him wherever he goes. Whereas Jack comes from the fact that he carries a jackknife, a folding knife, except his jackknife is like this fucking big. It's ridiculous, because of course it is, because he's like an 8 foot tall monster. Although the thing is, the manga only says he's like 2 meters tall, which if you don't know, that'd be like 6 feet. But he's so much bigger than. That's what she said. Haha, funny. But like they say he's like 2 meters, but he's easily like 3 meters. He's huge. That guy's like 9 feet at least, especially in the OVA, because like his proportions are inconsistent as hell throughout the series. And that, I mean, I guess he can grow and shrink at will, but they undersell it when they say 2 meters. By far, they undersell it. Because he is huge. I mean, I guess you could argue that the people around him are shorter because they're Asian, but they still he's way taller than 2 meters. I have not watched any of JoJo Part 6 because when I read it, I hated it, like especially the ending. And the way they just handled Jotaro as a character in Part 6, I did not like at all. So I just haven't brought up the willpower to watch the anime because Jotaro is my favorite character in JoJo. And Part 6 was just so bad in comparison to the first 5. Like, even then, Part 5 was kind of lackluster because they really didn't do a lot with Giorno being Dio's son. Like, they did nothing with that. They just had it be kind of a thing. But, like, I don't know. I think the first 4 parts are, like, the best of JoJo, and then after that it starts going downhill. And then, like, Part 5, yeah, that's fair. Like I said, I have my problems with it too, man. It was my least favorite JoJo season. That's fair. I would say out of the anime, it is for me, too. But, well, I haven't watched Part 6. I'm sure Part 6 would be my least favorite, because I read Part 6, and I hated it. Part 6 is so bad. Like, it's interesting to have Jotaro's daughter as a character, but it's not very good. Like, Poochie was an interesting enough villain. He's basically just a simp for Dio. But, like, the way that they made Made in Heaven work and the way that Part 6 ends pissed me off so much when I read it, because it's a big fuck you to the whole first 6. Like, it is a fuck you to the first 6 parts as a whole, the way that Part 6 ends. It's just like, none of this matters anymore. Fuck you. And that's my biggest problem with it. Like, I'm not going to spoil it, because Part 6 is still, like, new and relevant for the people who haven't read it. They're watching it in the anime. But the ending sucks dick. And again, they disrespect the shit out of Jotaro as a character, the way they handle him. Part 6 was not too bad because it was a unique ending, but it was still kind of a bitter ending. I don't know. I just don't like the way they handled it. Like, I don't know how they're going to handle it in the anime. Maybe it'll be better. I just remember being, like, really pissed off when I read it in the manga. And I have not read Part 7. I really hope we get an anime for Part 7, because Part 7 is ridiculous. Though I haven't read it, I know a lot about it, and it is fucking ridiculous, because it's in the Old West, and Dio turns into a raptor, like a Utah raptor, which, you know, is like a really big raptor. Like, he turns into a fucking dinosaur, and then he, like, makes dinosaurs around him. Part 6 anime hype died down so fast. Well, of course it did, because nobody likes Part 6. Everyone wants Part 7. That's what they want in the anime, because people who have read Part 7 almost universally say it's the best. I haven't read it yet, so I can't say for sure. But it is insane, because it's the Old West. Fucking, it's Jonathan Joestar again, but as a cripple who rides a horse. And then his best friend is another version of Caesar Zappelli. Part 7 and Part 8, etc. were so overkill for the JoJo series. Yeah, to be fair, like, again, they're crazy, especially Part 8. I think Part 8 just sounds bad. Part 7 sounds crazy enough to work. Like, the main villain is the President of the United States with a fucking US flag scar on his back, and his name is Funny Valentine. That's nuts. Part 7 is nuts. So I haven't read it, but I like the idea behind it because it sounds fucking stupid in all the right ways. But Part 8 just sounds bad. Like, again, I haven't read it either, but Part 8 sounds bad. Because it's a little too crazy. Like, Part 7, I think, is just the right amount of crazy. Although, I think JoJo kind of gets crazier with each part. Like, Part 1 is fairly normal. And granted, Part 1 is my favorite part, which is a hot take, because, like, most people, like, hate on Part 1, but I love Part 1. I think Part 1 is, like, so underrated, because, like, everything is personal in Part 1, because Dio destroys Jonathan's life, and everything is a personal vendetta at that point. Also, Speedwagon. Speedwagon's such a good character. But Part 1 gets hated on because, like, it's simple, because it's got a good versus evil story, like, very traditional, whereas Jonathan's, like, really, really good, Dio's really, really evil, and it's, you know, very traditional, you know, heroic good guy and, like, evil bad guy who's just evil. And it's also got, you know, the least amount of crazy shit, because it's just, you know, vampires with the mask, that's it. But, well, and I guess Hammond, or Hamon, or Ripple, whatever you want to call it. I just call it Hammond. That's how I pronounce it. It's probably Hamon. I don't care. But, yeah, Hammond is, like, much more tame than Stan's. The hype of JoJo really died down generally. Part 7 and Part 8 really wasn't necessary and was kind of boring at that point. Well, again, most people I know who have read Part 7 say it's great. But I haven't read it myself. I don't know. I feel like the hype was there for a long time. I don't think the hype died down quickly. Because the fan base was one of the big things that was off-putting about it for me at the start. Because, like, when you get in, a lot of people are, you know, like, they're just posting a bunch of JoJo memes with no context. And granted, it's funny. Like, you see Darby go, Rezo, and you're like, what the fuck is that? But I don't know. I don't think the hype died down very quickly. I think the hype was there for a fat minute. Because you got to remember, the JoJo anime has been going on for over 10 years at this point. Well, I mean, it hasn't actively been going on for over 10 years. Well, and longer if you count the OVAs. But yeah, I don't know. I think JoJo had a lot of hype. I do think the hype kind of died down with Part 5, though. Because, like, after Part 5, you don't really see a ton of JoJo shit posted anymore. It would have been cooler if they ended it legit right at Part 6 ending. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really care for... Well, you gotta remember, Part 7 is a completely different continuity. Because even though Part 6 has that, like, universe resetting stuff in it, it has no relation to the alternate universe for Part 7 and 8. Part 7 and 8 is a completely different continuity that has nothing to do with the first 6 parts. It's a completely different thing. It just has different versions of several characters. Let's see. Tell you what, I got some tacos I'm going to grab real quick. I didn't like the Part 7 universe. I mean, again, that's fair. I haven't read it myself. And I was originally off-put by the fact that it's a different universe, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to it because of just how fucking crazy it sounds. Anyway, enjoy the ceiling for a minute. Alright, there we go. As you said, it was a huge fuck you to the whole 6 seasons. Yeah, well, the ending to Part 6 was, yeah. And I guess starting with a new continuity kind of was too, which is why I was originally off-put by it. So, yeah, I guess I kind of agree, but again, with people saying how good Part 7 is, I do want to give it a shot, especially with all the stuff I've seen. There's a lot of fun stuff I've seen without actually having read it. And I have played a good chunk of Eyes of Heaven. I've done the Part 7 part of Eyes of Heaven, I think. I think I have. Now I'm eating a taco on stream. This is original and unique content. Sorry, I haven't eaten in hours. Because I've been at work. Top tier content indeed. I'll probably order the South Park Season 5 Blu-ray soon so I can do that discs in depth. Although I need to finish the discs in depth I've recorded. Because I recorded part of a discs in depth for Red vs. Blue and part of a discs in depth for AVGN. So I need to finish both of those. But I need to bring my computer over here. I'll try to maybe do that this weekend if I can. Because I know my dad took down my shelves at his house, so I can bring those over. And now I can maybe take down my desk and bring it over here. And then we'll have my computer finally, so I can just stream here and stop having to go back there when I want to do gameplay streams or edit. Because again, the capture card, the computer are both at my mom's house still, because I haven't moved it in here yet. Smooth balls? Okay. Interesting. I'll show you some smooth balls. Watch this. Hold on. All right, you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. How does it open? Is it right here? I literally just opened this yesterday. Hold on. Well, I didn't open it yesterday. I've had this for like a couple years now. But I got it. Yeah, there we go. I have the 7 Dragon Balls. They look better if you actually put them in right. There we go. I think that's pretty cool. How's that for smooth balls? There you go. You should roll a string through each one of them. Roll a string. What on, like a necklace? Or what on earth are you talking about? And call it beads? Oh, you mean like drill a hole and put a string through them? Like beads? God damn it, my fucking... There we go. Stay the hell up! There's the most important one. For obvious reasons. Now, I remember I got these Dragon Balls for my birthday, I think, from Danny, like 4 or 5 years ago at this point. Yeah, Dragon Balls are, like, these aren't actual size, obviously. They're much smaller, because the other ones are, like, you know, yay big. But, they actually do make ones that size, but they're a lot more expensive. You know, I want to say, doesn't this have, like, a bunch of, like, random stuff? It's got Gogeta right there. And it's got Ultimate Shenron from Dragon Ball GT, even though it says Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if this is... I don't think this is official, because look at that. Dragon Ball Z Crystal Ball. But that's okay. It says Bandai 2006. Is this official? I don't know if this is official. Huh. Like, I always just kind of assumed it wasn't because, you know, it's got Ultimate Shenron and it says Dragon Ball Z, even though he's from GT, so I don't know. Like I said, for me, Dragon Ball Z is like my least favorite of the three like original series. Like original is my favorite, then GT, then Z. Which again, hot takes all around. Come and get your hot takes served with a fresh syrup. That said, Z is still way better than Super, and Z has the best moments. Like, all the most iconic moments from the series are from Z. You know what I thought when I first heard the name Dragon Balls? I don't know. Dragon testicles? Or dragging these balls on your face. Got him. But, yeah, I should get back to doing more Go Nagai stuff. More billion balls. There you go. Gotta get the morbs in there. Morbs in chat, am I right? Let me see. I still need to find out what the fuck I did with Drawn Together Season 3. I don't know where the hell it is. I've been wanting to watch it because I finished Season 2 forever ago. But, like, I haven't found my copy of Season 3, so it's been driving me nuts. Because I literally got it, like a week before I moved into this house. And I didn't think I packed it up, but I think I must have. Driving you nuts? Yeah, driving D's nuts in your mouth. Got him. Fucking. Let me see. I need to put my vent back on the ceiling. Because right now there's just a rectangular hole in the center of my bedroom ceiling. And while it's a stylish hole, it's impractical. Vent on the ceiling, sussy. Yeah, there you go. I vented, but it's okay because I'm what is it, engineer? That the one who can vent and isn't a. It's a stylish hole. Oh yeah, it's a stylish hole, all right. The square hole. You guys ever seen that video where the guy has like the little shape thing and he's putting all the shapes in the square hole? He's like, this is a square. Where does it go? The square hole. That's right. All right, now this is a like a rectangle thing. It goes in the square hole too. Now this is a smaller rectangle. Do you know where that goes? That's right, the square hole. Here's a circle. Where does it go? The square hole. Yeah, that's one YouTube short I found funny. I mean, there's a couple. There's actually a few YouTube. Like, look, I hate YouTube shorts, but there's a few that have made me smile. Like there's this guy named Brendan Lamau who like goes into like pawn shops and like tries to give them mystery boxes instead of money. And if they like when they refuse the offer, he opens it up and there's like $6,000 in it. And he's like, never underestimate the power of the box. Or like he'll go to like a furniture store and he'll try to haggle, but he'll give them like ridiculously low prices. Like they want like $500 for a couch. Or like 800, and he'll be like, "You want to just take like $100 cash?" And they'll be like, "No, we can't do that." And he's like, "We're talking cash here." That guy's pretty funny. In fact, I remember there was like a good like 2 days I was actually watching shorts just because I was getting a lot of that guy's stuff, and now they're not showing me that, so I stopped watching him again because most shorts are just garbage. And again, I hate the video format. I'd rather just watch them as videos. Because, like, I hate the little scrolling, and I hate the fact that you can't just, like, you have to, like, click on a thing to see the comments. Then you can't fast forward, you can't see how long they are. You can do shorts. Nerf miner, eh? Nerf my nerds in your mouth. I tried to work one in there. let's see. There you go. There's me scratching my nose. Now this is quality content. This is what you're here to see. This is what you are here to see. Tell you what, I left my Dr. Pepper in the other room, so we're going on a journey. Not that Dr. Pepper. That one's from a few days ago and is empty, and I need to throw it away. There's the stylish hole. Oh, I passed it. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? You can't see it because of the light. There it is. There's a stylish hole. One thing I hate about new YouTube updates on mobile is that you can't see the oldest videos from oldest to newest. Yeah, no, I forgot I was going to mention that. You're right. Thank you for reminding me. Why is this door not opening? There we go. Dr. Pepper gave me a prescription for the abnormally high uranium-238% in my coffee. Well, there you go. That's how you do it. Gotta have that uranium-238. That's good shit. There we go. Wasn't that adventurous. On the computer, it's still fine, but it still it sucks. Yeah, like I said, I have the same problem. Like I was gonna call that out, that you can't sort from oldest to newest anymore on mobile. It's fucking retarded. I don't know why the hell they did that. Like YouTube keeps changing a bunch of shit and adding new features while they're actually removing like 6 other features. It's garbage. I don't know why they can't just leave it alone. Like if it ain't broke, why fix it? My feet are killing me right now. Late abortion. I mean, if you want to get me started on abortion, I think all abortion is wrong. It's all murder. I've already done a whole video on it. So there you go. That's all I have to say about that. Abortion is objectively murder. That's all I have to say on the matter. And it's just an excuse because women don't like to take responsibility for their actions. So they're like, oh, I don't want this baby, so I'm just going to kill it. But, you know, the guy still has to give child support. But also, like, I don't even think that argument matters because it's still fucking murder. It's like, I don't want to take responsibility, so I'm just going to kill the baby. The fuck is wrong with you? But yeah, anyway, that's a whole other thing. Like I said, I already did a video on it. I've already talked about it on several episodes of the Team Redeye shit show. I don't like abortion. I think it should be criminalized. But yeah, I need to stream more Oblivion. Haven't done that in a minute, have I? Like, I mean, granted, it's only been like a couple weeks, but I need to play more Oblivion. That game is really good. Corbin's been playing it, and now he's finally come to the realization that Mortal Kombat. What the fuck? Why did I say Mortal Kombat? That Elder Scrolls is better than Fallout, because Corbin used to argue with me about it, but now he agrees. You know what blew my fucking mind last night is when me and Corbin were watching the SpongeBob movie. He kept insisting that Best Day Ever was in the credits, and I'm like, and I kept insisting that it wasn't because I'm like, well, the episode wasn't out yet. And then we kept saying like, no, it's not. And I'm like, we'll see who looks like a fool. And then it starts playing, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Wait, what blew my mind last night? A gun? Easy? Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no. I had forgotten that Best Day Ever was in the SpongeBob movie before they made the episode Best Day Ever. I completely forgot that happened. So I guess the song came first and then they made the episode around it. So that kind of threw me off because I didn't realize, like, I'd definitely seen the post-credit scene before, so I've definitely heard it. Yeah, I was confused on that too. Yeah, like, Corbin was insistent and he knew, and I was wrong. And so I had to admit, in that instance, I was not smarter than Corbin. You know, I was not smarter than a 5th grader. You guys ever watch Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? I did, like, you know what, there were some fun moments in that show. I'm not going to pretend I didn't watch it. I was about to say that I didn't care for it, but that's not true. I watched a lot of it. Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader was fun. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Jeff Foxworthy's, like, comedy for the most part. But there was this one thing he said when he had this female contestant on, and she's like, she said, I'm hearing what you're saying, but I only hear what I want to hear. And he's like, "That's just called being a woman." And she's like, "Oh, I know what sex is. I know what sex is, but I'm not telling you." Those Duke Nukem videos that that one guy makes are really funny. I feel like that guy's kind of a leftist with some of the like charities and stuff he promotes, but he makes really good shit posts with Duke Nukem, so I'll take it. Dr. Pepper. Del Taco. Del Taco is my favorite fast food taco place. I quite enjoy it. And they give you a lot of food. Like it's cheap. You can buy like a bunch of food for not too much. That's what I like about it, and it's also way better than Taco Bell. And I mean, Taco Time is maybe better, but Taco Time is like there's only one, and it's not that far. Or I mean, it's pretty far from here. At least in this county, I don't know how many there are in total, but you know, Del Taco's amazing. Yeah, Del Taco's great. And I might be wrong. There might be more than one in this county, but there's only one that I know of where it is. Um, Taco Bell made my toilet beg on its knees. Yeah, Taco Bell is. I have to be in a very particular mood for Taco Bell. Hey Andy, how you doing? But Del Taco I can eat pretty much any time, but Taco Bell I have to be in a very, very particular mood for. And Taco Time I would go to more if it wasn't like a fucking 30-minute drive to get to one. I had to flush the toilet 4 times. Gross. Taco Bell is just okay. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I plan to. I should hopefully move some more stuff in this weekend. Like, hopefully, I can get fully moved into the house because that would be super duper to have the rest of my shit here, so that I don't have to keep going back to my mom's house for stuff. Um, there's a Taco Time here in California, but it's 2 hours away. Yeah, yeah. Like the thing is, Taco Time is so like spread out now. Like I said, there's only one of that I know of in Utah. Um, Hi Andy, how's Woody? That's funny. All right. We'll go to the media closet, because that's a good conversation starter, right? Waking up is the second hardest thing in the morning. That's pretty good. Let's swap cams. There we go. There's some Dragon Ball stuff up top. Our whole Dragon Ball collection is up here, but some of it's like behind other stuff because the shelf is double stacked, which, you know, I always hate double stacking shelves, but it happens. And you can see GT and Z over there. But there's my Takeshi collection, which is all together, including Boy, which is a book Takeshi wrote. You know what I need to put here? I need to put the book Beat Takeshi versus Takeshi Kitano by Kazuo Abe. I need to put that here, but I need to finish reading it too. I also need to bring in my Takeshi CD, Sing 'Em Loud, and put it here too. So I guess my whole collection isn't there yet, but it will be. There's some Jackass. So there you go. There's some Family Guy. Remember the time that, I don't know, you think that's bad? Like I said, I've grown to like Family Guy again. There was a long period where I stopped liking it, but I do like it again. Hey, speaking of abortion, there's the worst episode of Family Guy. Well, I have a soft spot for Family Guy. Wait, what the fuck? They had Family Guy books? No, these aren't books. Now, this is volume 1 of the DVDs. Volume 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they have volume 6 through 10, and 10 through 14, seasons 10 through 14. Yeah, these are all DVDs. Yeah, and again, I need to reorganize this collection eventually. And yes, I did finally upload the capture card update video. It's a whole hour long for various reasons. And no, I'm not doing any more response videos to the trolls. You have trolls, Andy? Why on earth would you have trolls? You upload some of the most wholesome fucking content there is. But you know, I did watch most of your capture card video. I don't think I finished it, but I watched a good chunk of it. I watched at least the first half. Let's see, what else we got here? There's Blood Gulch. My red versus blues are just kind of haphazardly crammed up in here in these places. Again, this isn't my whole collection. This is nowhere near my whole collection. A lot of it is still out in the room over there in the storage area to move out here once we get the shelves put in. And like I said, I've been kind of trying to organize this, but I've sucked at it, so I need to reorganize later. Because eventually I just kind of started cramming stuff on shelves. And then I've got a few random things thrown over here, because I'm trying to keep games and stuff separate from it. And I originally was doing this as like a VHS shelf, but I've got some VHSs mixed in with the DVDs too, so my organization skills are maybe not the best. But yeah, there's that's my Fight Club 2 record. Fight Club 2, what is it? Fight Club soundtrack record. Let me check out Andy's channel. Okay, yeah, go for it, dude. Andy's got a good channel. Andy, I wanted to say, congrats on, like, don't you have over 10,000 subs now, Andy? Like, it's ridiculous. Because when I first started talking to you, you had, like, 3,000. Now you got over 10,000, so congrats on that, man. Yeah, just a bunch of, random stuff thrown in over here. I do have most of my Shin-Chan collection put together. I gotta find where the hell I put Alien versus Shinosuke to put right here before Omacha Wars. And then here I have the Spake Kishibe Rohan DVD. So there's that. But that's in Japanese. Hello, SpongeBob man. Yeah, there you go. Speaking of SpongeBob, I've got some of it here. I think. Don't I? I've got... Where the fuck is it? Oh, yeah, no, it's back here. That's right. There you go. There's some SpongeBob back in here. Can't really see it that well, but there it is. All right. Let's put this away. There we go. But yeah, I like this media closet. I think it's a good way to do it. We're also going to run some shelves along this wall here to extend it a little bit and maybe take out this rod on this side and put more shelves in. So there you go. There's that. Let's see. What else do we got here? What else we got going on? What's going down in Groove Town? See. Oh yeah, I technically have around 9,890 subscribers, but I'm close to 10,000. Okay, I knew you were getting close, so I guess you're not quite at 10,000. I thought I saw 10,000, but either way, you have a lot. So congratulations. Guys, don't Google Nikki Katsora's death photograph. Why would I Google someone's death photographs? What the fuck? Of course I'm not going to do that. Are they particularly interesting? But no, I don't really like looking at real death. That's not... I mean, I don't like looking at real death, but I am fascinated by true crime. So I've seen my share of real death crime scene photos and stuff. But, like... I don't go out of my way to find, like, real gore images. People send them to me sometimes. I have this one friend at work that sends me them all the... Well, he doesn't send me them all the time. But a couple times... Holy fuck, it's brutal. Did you just Google it? God damn it. And yes, the shelf here is good work in progress. More organizing needed, but it's a good start. Yeah, like I said, I will reorganize this in the future. Because, I do want to make it neater and more concise. Oh, fuck, Anthony really did it. Yeah. Let's see. What else? What else? I need to find out where the hell I'm going to be putting my books. Because I've got a good chunk of books. But I'm using my shelves for more DVDs. I guess I could just get a bookshelf too and have like a bookshelf somewhere in the house, because I could put my books upstairs in the living room, put a bookshelf up there. That might work. Let's see. This is an interesting one, right? I bought this forever ago, but I think it's like, yeah, it's a game you play on your DVD player. Like, it's a visual novel, but you play it on a DVD player. I haven't played it yet, but I think that's, like, I've never seen, like, that's why I bought it, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's interesting to me, you know? It's a game you play on your fucking DVD player. I mean, I guess I've played, like, DVD games, like SpongeBob Factor Fishy and stuff. But a visual novel? You know? Let's see. Why are these sticking out? What's behind that? WrestleMania, but that's not sticking out, though. I guess it is. The WrestleMania case is kind of big. Okay. Let's see. While I'm in the media closet, there anything you guys want to take a closer look at? Like, granted, within reason, because not all of my, like not even a third of my collection is in here, probably, but, let's see. Sure, alright, well, let's see. Take a look at this. What is this? See, the Thus Spake Kishibe Rohan OVA DVD comes with this manga. That's a thing that happens a lot in Japan, is they'll release OVAs with a manga. Oh, is this the... Yeah, this was in the episodes, right? This was in the show that I watched. Because this is the boyfriend or whatever? No, it's not. Like, the guy that kept bleeding from episode 2. And the episode numbers are fucking weird in the show, too. But yeah, Let's Spake Kishibe Rohan. This is volume 2 of it. I don't know if the manga volumes are weird like the anime are, because I think the OVAs just adapted a bunch of random stuff from the manga. So, they're all out of order. And by a bunch, I mean 4, because there's only 4 episodes of the OVA. Guess we could go down to this shelf, because I was talking about Go Nagai. And down here, there's anime up there too, but there's anime down here. And there's some Go Nagai stuff here. Oh, I should have showed you guys American Mazinger, because I got that, the American Mazinger comic that Go Nagai made for American audiences, but it was made by Go Nagai. And the Mazinger in that, like, more resembles Mazen Kaiser than Mazinger Z itself. So that's pretty cool. In the capture card video, there's a part where I try looking up the Elgato HDS 60S Plus to a DS and 3DS just to prove why it doesn't work. Probably very silly, but I need all the authentic proof I can make. Oh, there you go. I didn't get to that part. I did get to the foot reveal that you did in it, so that was something. Tell you what, you guys, I need to run to the restroom, so enjoy this shelf. There you go. Enjoy. I'll be back. Did you guys enjoy the shelf? I feel we should pay to watch this masterpiece. Yeah, there you go. Phantom Strider recently did a serial video with the actual Nostalgia Critic. I'm dead serious. I don't know how he could afford all that shit. But that was the most random collaboration I've seen, yeah. But yeah. Now I feel short because I'm sitting on the floor. Let's see. Hey, speaking of Gun X Sword, right? The one thing that made me actually, like, give Mecha a chance. You know, I thought it was funny that this chick's name is Wendy, and she looks kind of like Wendy from Wendy's. You think that was intentional? Here's my, my totally legit copy of all of Soul Eater that I got for $2 at a Savers. It's totally legit, 100%, you know, totally. I love this, the copyright warning. This is how legit it is, right? Because this is a series, not a movie. The copyright proprietor has licensed the film, including its soundtrack, comprised in DVD video disc home use only. All other... You can't really read that because the white line here with the art goes to the white text. All other something, the definition of a home use, excluding the use of this DVD video disc, is location such as clubs, coaches, hospitals, hotels, oil rigs, and they misspelled rigs. They put ridges, but without the D, like R-I-G-E-S. Prisons and schools. Any unauthorized copying, editing, exhibition, renting, exchanging, hiring, lending, public performance, and or broadcast of this DVD video disc or any part thereof is strictly, like, some of this is legit language, some of it's like, okay, or any such an established liability for a civil action and may give rise to criminal prosecution, says the bootleg fucking set. There we go. All right. Well, what else do we want to talk about tonight? This is volume 2, right? That is volume 1. Volume 2 must be on the top shelf. That's how disorganized it is. We got the original Fist of the Blue Sky. It's only like the first 3 episodes, I think, but yeah, there it is. One from like 2006. You know, I haven't bought a whole lot on Amazon and eBay lately. I mean, granted, I have a mortgage to pay now, but still, like, I haven't really, like, I mean, I did buy a couple of things, but, like, I just haven't, I mean, that's good, because it means I have more money. But, I definitely, I need to go to an FYE again. I haven't done that in a minute. Let's see. I don't know, I might be wanting to wrap this up here in a minute, unless you guys had something you wanted to talk about. Otherwise, I might as well just end the stream here in a bit. Yeah, same. I need to go to the other FYE. Yeah, no, FYE is great. Like, unfortunately, like, the big one that was nearby went out of business. But, like, there's still the other one that's, like, a little bit further. And it's smaller, but it's still got some stuff, like, they're not as good. The big one was so cool, but there's a lot of shit that they just don't have at the smaller one. Like, they don't even have places for it. Although, then again, none of them had shit on Media Play, which is what it was before it was FYE. But, like, because, like, Media Play had... Then again, I was so young when I went to Media Play, so I could be misremembering it, too. I just remember it having a lot of stuff. But, let's see... You guys like Battlefield Earth? That movie's so stupid. Before you could even spell your name! Favorite guilty pleasure movies? Well, how are we defining guilty pleasure? Are we defining guilty pleasure as so bad it's good? A bad movie I like despite it being bad? Or what I typically use it to mean, which is a little, like, I don't think anyone else uses it this way, but, like, a movie that I like but have no reason to like and don't know why I like. No joke, yesterday I legit got an advertisement for 8K TVs. We have finally reached that day. Oh yeah, I'm sure they cost an arm and a leg. The last definition? Okay, yeah. I've got a few of those. Medea goes to jail. Basically, the first, like, 4 Medea movies I are huge guilty pleasures of mine. I really like those movies, but I don't know why. Like, they're kind of funny, but, like, they're not that funny. And, like, they're not, like, that great either, but, like, for some reason, I like to watch those movies. Are there any others I can think of as guilty pleasures? What else is there? Because there's plenty of things I watch that I have no reason to. Like, I don't know why I watch them. But... like, the Medea movies are the first ones that come to mind by that definition. Yeah, on Google, I saw some 8K TVs selling for like $10,000 or $8,000. Yeah, no, I'd imagine they're pricey. We're going to get a huge TV to replace the huge TV we already have out there. We're going to get like an 86-inch TV. We've already got like a 70-inch, but Tyler and Trevor think it's too small for the TV room. They want to get a bigger one and put that one upstairs in the living room. And then I guess if we talk about so bad it's good movies, probably Neil Breen, like Fateful Findings. And then if we talk about movies I like in spite of being bad, the list is far too numerous. See, there's plenty of other guilty pleasures I have. What about you guys? What are some guilty pleasures you guys have? You know what? The Nut Shack. The Nut Shack is a guilty pleasure for me. Like, it is fucking terrible. But I watch Cat in the Hat? You call Cat in the Hat a guilty pleasure? Cat in the Hat's great. I love Cat in the Hat. That's one of the funniest comedies I've ever seen. See, but that would be going on the definition of movies, the first definition, movies that people can traditionally consider bad, but you love, and they're like Cat in the Hat. I think is easily one of the best comedies ever made because the jokes are so rapid fire. It's so funny. Like, the only real criticism people have for it is it's for an older... Two Girls, One Cup? Don't be gross. There you go. You know, Two Girls, One Cup is only a trailer for a longer version called Hungry Bitches. Now you know. And I'm saying The Cat in the Hat is amazing. Okay, well, don't know that I'd call that a guilty pleasure, though. I mean, again, if you're going on the first definition, movies that are traditionally considered bad, I guess so. But I don't know why people consider Cat in the Hat bad, other than it's inappropriate for the audience that it wanted. And, like, people get mad because they don't think it, like, accurately adapts the book. But you see how fucking short those books are? You gotta take some liberties to make a movie. Like I said in the capture card video, I'm using an HD TV that I got in 2011. Probably kind of obsolete these days, but I don't really plan on upgrading unless it breaks. Can you say your full name again for scientific purposes? I'm not doing... I've never said my full name on stream. And I'm never going to. My full name is Fugitive Redeye. Your home for shitty webcam videos. Now, my name is Alan Smithy. I'm a pretty well-known movie director. Most of my movies are shit, but, you know. Hey, here's one of those bargain bin animes we bought with Jacob forever ago. What's it? Is it actually in here? Yeah, it is. Okay. It's not one of those that we cram something else in the case. I have an Atari Amiga for some reason. I saw it at Savers and I thought it was cool. I have nothing to hook up to it. Like, I don't have the monitor for it. I don't have any of the cords for it. I don't know if it works. But god damn it, I wanted an Atari Amiga. Here's one of my katanas, the small one. Hoi! Well, random person is an easy name to say. Yeah, it sure is. Hey, there we go. That's a good angle. That's a better angle, yeah. Let's see, what else? You know, we have this Bleach, the movie, right? I don't know if anyone has ever watched this copy of this at all, ever. Because it was given to Kyler for, like, his birthday, but, like, none of us watch Bleach. Like, when I think of Bleach, I think of a tasty beverage. I don't think of an anime. But no, none of us have ever watched Bleach. And I frankly don't think I will. Plot twist, my real name is Random Person Jr. Yeah, there you go. You never got into Bleach? No, did you? And I never did, because, I don't know. I just never did. It was one of those, like, to be fair, like, right now, especially, I wouldn't get into it, because I'm not big on Battle Shonen anymore, just because I feel like they're all kind of the same. Like, there's some I'll watch. Like, I mean, granted, there are some really good Battle Shonen out there. I'm just kind of sick of it. So I haven't watched a lot of the new ones. No, me neither? Okay. I do, however, have the Divine Word of Kek, and I recorded part of a reading of it, like, 3 years ago. I should finish that reading. Holy, from here I direct my bhakti to naught, with each vital organ trembling at the sound of my vibrating prayer of death. Holy, burning in frenzy, I raise my voice, turning in for each limb. Each dark name of power I summon, I chant, I pray for salvation, lifeless redemption. I burn and I burn and I burn with devotion. Death, inebriation, me magic. But yeah, there you go. I got these triops in epoxy. There you go. Isn't that cool? It's a pretty cool little paperweight. Also, none of the shows or movies are produced in HK at all currently. Yeah, that's true. Here's Banjo Dreamy. I should stream this at some point. Here's my hunting knife. There's that. There's a bunch of random shit crammed into this closet under the shelves for now, because these are some of the boxes that had some DVDs in them that I pulled out. There's the South Park pilot. I don't want that to get scratched up. I'm going to move that. Here's my Camp Crystal Lake flag that Trevor got in a loot crate and then gave to me. What's in the box? There's a bunch of my Simpsons DVDs in here. Hey, here's the box my actual Death Note came in. I can't believe I still have this box. Desu Note, how to use cosplay. Here's Toshin Devilman. I don't know a single other person who owns this. And if you tell me you do, you're a lion dog faced pony soldier. Speaking of Death Note, I still need to watch the live action films. Yeah, no, you should. The Japanese ones, they're good. Oh, hey, there goes the phone fell. Like this one, Death Note. And we got Death Note 2, the last name. L Change the World, which is the third one. And then, where the hell is Light Up the New World? Where the hell did they put Light Up the New World? Is it not on this show? Where the fuck is it? God damn it. Me and my disorganized fucking... Okay. I do have both relights right here, though. Best adult cartoon of all time and best cartoon of all time. I got Family Guy and SpongeBob. How are we defining cartoon? Are we counting like claymation as cartoon? Because if we do, Moral Oral. If we don't, South Park. And then for kids cartoon, I'd say Invader Zim. Like for my favorite, if you're saying like objective best, I would say just due to the cultural significance, probably SpongeBob. But if we're talking personal favorites, I'd say Invader Zim and then Moral Oral or South Park, depending on what we count as a cartoon. Let's see. I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. This is a movie about a clown getting raped. Claymation counts. I was going culturally. Personally, I think South Park is best also. Okay. Yeah, if we're saying culturally, probably Simpsons and SpongeBob then. Like if you're talking strictly, like South Park is probably close to. Like I would say South Park and Simpsons are both culturally important. Um, oh, Vulgar, I've heard of that. Brian O'Halloran was in that. Yeah, he was. He's the clown that gets raped. Um, gang raped at that. Um, and the thing that I love about this movie is they put the negative reviews on the case. Because, like, most movies will throw positive reviews on the case. This movie puts the negative reviews on the case. An ugly, revolting movie. Vulgar is truly and thankfully a one-of-a-kind work. The most notorious release of the year. That's it. I thought there were more on here. I thought they threw... But, yeah, there you go. I think, yeah, Jason Mewes was in it, too, I think. He's the one who sells him the guns. Some companies are just barely getting into the 4K format, like the new PlayStation 5, but now they want to do 8K. Yeah, well, I mean, they're always upgrading, man. That's how you gotta... That's the hustle. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Here's Law-Abiding Citizen. That's a good movie. Hey, James and Mike Mondays. The hell was that noise? It sounded like the AC kicked on and then it just kind of stopped. Personally, I probably won't bother with 4K Blu-ray unless I ever get a PS5. Yeah, for me, like, Blu-ray is really what I... Like, I don't care that much about definition. I mainly get Blu-rays because they're harder to scratch. Although the higher definition is a nice bonus. And having to have less discs is a nice bonus, too. Tetsuo! Hey, there's Violence Jack. Yeah, I would say The Simpsons is probably the most culturally significant adult cartoon. But yeah, SpongeBob is easily the most culturally significant children's cartoon. Yeah, like there's no competition with, like I said, with adult cartoons. You could argue Simpsons or South Park. But again, if you're talking personal favorites, for me, it'd be Moral Oral if you're counting claymation, South Park if you're not, and for kids' cartoons, for again personal favorites would be Invader Zim. But again, if you're saying for cultural significance, like we've been over this like three times now. I need to watch Violence Jack on Blu-ray. I need to get Violence Jack on Blu-ray. Is it on Blu-ray? I don't think it's on Blu-ray. I think it's just on DVD. I could be wrong, but yeah, because I didn't. Did Discotek re-release it on Blu-ray? It's coming out on Blu-ray next month. Okay, well, guess who's buying that? Speaking of manga, what do you think about Dragon Ball Super compared to Ball, Z, and GT? So I went over this a little bit at the start. My favorite Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball, the first one, with my second favorite being GT, and my third favorite being Z. I only like a couple of parts of Super. I like the Goku Black Future Trunks arc, except for the ending when fucking Zeno comes in, because I fucking hate Zeno, and he's a stupid character. But most of Dragon Ball Super, I don't like. I find most of it boring and stupid. But I really like the Future Trunks stuff, and I really liked the Tournament of Power, like especially the final battle at the end with Jiren and all that. And I liked that Android 17 was relevant again. And I love the Broly movie. The Broly movie is easily the best part of Super. Anyway, I like your Xbox games at the top of the shelf there with their iconic green cases. Yeah, that's true. You know what else? Speaking of green, I got this like Simpsons VHS set. And I bought this because of Anthony, so there you go. Because he told me, and I haven't watched it yet, but apparently, like, each individual VHS has a different Tracy Ullman short on it. So if you buy all the VHS volumes, you'll get, like, all the Tracy Ullman shorts, right? Or 12 of them. which I think is all of them, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was a lot more than that. But either way, that's the only way to get them, is on these old VHSs. Like, there's one of them on, like, season 1, and that's it. Yeah, that's true. At least most of the Tracy Ullman shorts. Okay, yeah, there you go. But yeah, I need to bring my VCR over here and hook it up to the big TV, too. You know, it's funny. I always hear people talk about who in their right mind has a VCR in their house these days. That's unrealistic. When they see, like, a VCR in a movie, it's like, dude, I have, like, 3 VCRs. What are you talking about? That PS2 to PS3, Xbox 360 era of gaming was the best, in my opinion. I would say it definitely is up there. Yeah. I would say I do also really like the PS1 N64 era. But I don't know, that's a tough toss-up. Because the N64 is my favorite console of all time, and my favorite game of all time is Conker's Bad Fur Day. But I played the Xbox and Xbox 360 the most. I should play Simpsons Hit and Run on stream again. Maybe I shouldn't. I've already streamed through it once all the way through, and then for the challenge. I don't know. Should I stream Hit and Run again, you guys, or would that just be repetitive and bad? I mean, granted, I guess I'm not against replaying stuff on stream, because how many fucking playthroughs have I done for Undertale on this channel? And not just for new content, but also just because. I need to also go back to playing Battle for Bikini Bottom. I do need to do that. But part of me does want to play through Hit and Run again. I see where you're coming from. I think that's just a generational difference. Yeah, that's true. I guess it's really just how old you are, right? Like, you're gonna, like, I mean, I do think nostalgia is a big part of it. I'm not gonna pretend it's not. But here's the thing, my first console was a PS1. And again, the console I played the most, arguably, was the Xbox 360. I never thought I would see the day where Phantom Strider is talking to the Nostalgia Critic out loud, yet here we are with the 10 worst serial failures, and they did it together again, 100% real. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, look, I'm not the biggest fan of either of them. I think they're both kind of crap, but there you go. You guys ever seen Genocyber? By the way, this DVD's rare as fuck now, but, like, it doesn't matter because Discotech re-released it on Blu-ray, but I still like that I own this one because this version is super fucking rare. But Genocyber, I feel like, is one of, like, the OVAs that anybody who wants to get into OVAs seriously needs to see Genocyber, because it's, like, it's one of the quintessential ones. PS2 had tons of games, especially the licensed games. I miss that nowadays. That's true. You don't really see a lot of movie licensed games anymore. They're few and far between now. Like, I mean, you do still get some licensed games for, like, TV shows and stuff. You know, best examples are these, right? But, like, the South Park games, like, I mean, granted, the first two I've seen in a while that were huge, but you don't see a lot of movie games anymore, do you? I do like hanging out in this closet. Genocyber is gory? It is. It absolutely is. No, I already read your chat about Nostalgia Critic and Phantom Strider, but yeah. Yeah, PlayStation 2 is great. Yeah, it is. It's, the PlayStation 2, look. PlayStation 2 is not my favorite console. But again, I will say, objectively speaking, the PS2 is probably the best console of all time. Just because of the fucking long-ass time it had where it kept still getting games officially made, and just how much it revolutionized. Yeah, not a fan of Dragon Ball Z. Feels like just drag on a bit, and maybe just me. Oh, just seen Yorotsuki Doji reboot and love it. It's a shame that it did not continue the story where it left. I agree. I really wish Yorotsuki Doji New Saga kept going. Oh yeah, I got an error message earlier in the chat, but I'm happy to see it's been resolved now. Okay, well there you go. But look, I love Dragon Ball, and I love Dragon Ball GT, and I do love Z too, but I feel like Z just has really good moments. Otherwise, it's really formulaic. PS2 isn't my favorite either, but yeah, it was revolutionary. GameCube to me will always be the best. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, for me, my favorite is the Nintendo 64. But if you're talking objective best, I think it has to be the PS2. But yeah, maybe I will record some reviews and stuff in this closet, like you said. I don't know. We'll see. I plan on hopefully doing some more new movies you probably never fucking heard of with some friends, but we'll probably do that out on the couch. You know what's really good that gets a lot of hate? The anime movie about Chojins? Are you talking about Yorotsuki Doji? Is that what you're on about? Because that's what we were talking about. Like, here, hold on. Let's take a visit to the other closet. Where is it? Hang on. Oh, this is volume 3, but this one, right? Like this series. I mean, actually, no, this is volume 4. This is Inferno Road. Legend of the Over... Yeah! That's this! I mean, granted, this is Inferno Road, the 4th volume. You saw a site? No, a forum? What do you mean by that? Like, what's so special about it? I've seen plenty of sites and forums. What's this one about? Yeah, Yorotsuki Doji, Legend of the Overfiend. That's one of my all-time favorites. And I'm trying to find the perfect collection. There it is at the bottom of the hentai box. There it is. This thing is rare as shit too. How much did you get the perfect collection again? I got it for like $40. It goes for well over 100, sometimes to upwards of 500 if it's like sealed. But it'll go for like 100, 150, 200, easy, even when it's opened. But if it's like sealed, it'll go for a hell of a lot more than that. And I've seen it opened for like 400 or 500 before too. It really just depends. And now we're back where we started, in my room. Because my phone's batteries are getting low. And as I said, I'm probably going to wind down here in not too long, although I said that like 30 minutes ago or some shit, I don't know. Or longer. Who knows? Also, I'm going to eat my other taco live on air. Hold on, there's more to Overfiend than just the movie? Wait, so how did it end? Did Amano survive? Okay, so... Yes, well, okay, so if we're talking in the anime continuity, yes. In the manga, not so much. But there are 5 arcs of Yorotsuki Doji. The first one is the one that is Legend of the Overfiend. Then there's Legend of the Demon Womb, which takes place during episode 3, or between episodes 2 and 3. And then there's part 3, which is Return of the Overfiend, which takes place in the future and is all post-apocalyptic and introduces some new characters. But Amano is in every single part. He's the main character. Even though each arc, except for 5, has its own secondary main character. I actually have a Laserdisc of 5 if you guys want to see that. That's pretty rare, too. Hold on. There you go. Here's my Laserdisc of Urotsuki Doji 5. Urotsuki Doji 5 never got a US release. It only got released in Japan and maybe Germany, and only on Laserdisc and VHS. And this Laserdisc is the only official copy I could find, and I searched for years. And then I found it, and then Kyler got me this for Christmas in 2019? Yeah. So there you go. This is rare. This is rare as hell. Yeah, part 5, underrated and unfinished. Because it only got 1 episode, and it was supposed to get more than that. So it ends on a cliffhanger with Amano declaring war on the Overfiend. Now the manga, Amano just gets killed by some random demons and never faces off with the Overfiend. Like, the manga is not as good as the anime. It's one of those rare cases where I feel like the anime is drastically better. I still like the manga, don't get me wrong. I like the manga a lot. Yeah, I agree. I've also watched a couple YouTube shorts that I've enjoyed, but I usually don't like them. I occasionally enjoy some of the reviews that are on YouTube shorts, but that's about it. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Legend of the Overfiend is just the subtitle of it. The full name of the series is Urotsuki Doji. And Legend of the Overfiend is just part 1 of 5. There's a total of 15 episodes in the original series. And then, or is it 12? It might be 12. Let's see. There's 3 episodes in the first arc. There's 2 episodes in the second arc, so that's 5. There's 3 episodes in the third arc. No, there's 4 episodes in the third arc. So that's 9. There's 3 episodes in the fourth arc. So that's 10. Or just, what the fuck is wrong with me? No, that's 13. No, 12. And then there's 1 episode in the 5th arc because it was unfinished. So there's actually 13 episodes in the original. And then there are 3 episodes in the remake, Urotsuki Doji New Saga, which has a completely different story, but is still pretty good. Yeah, it's funny you brought that up, and you didn't know that there was so much more to it, because I am a big fan of Urotsuki Doji. I've reviewed the entire series on the channel before, both the manga and the anime, and it is one of my all-time favorite animes. It's my 6th favorite anime overall. It's my favorite hentai, by far. Yeah. And now, the taco. That's damn cool. I gotta finish the show. I only saw the part where Amano and his sister survived the destruction, yeah? Yeah, I feel like I'm one of the only people I know who owns part 5. I have no doubt that it's a vegan taco. It is absolutely not. It is beef. Beef, baby. I ain't no fucking hippie. Beef. You know, you remember that Chris Chan Redeye response I did to the Rollin' and Trollin' video? Let me know if this interests you guys. I'm thinking of maybe, and I'll probably need your help on this, Anthony. You know why. Because you helped me with the files and whatnot. But I'm thinking of doing a response video to, like, all of Chad Warden's content. If you guys remember Chad Warden, I don't know if that'd be interesting, but I thought it might be fun to just like go back and watch some Chad Warden videos and respond to him because he's a classic. You know, gotta talk about that PS triple. Yeah, I did. You should respond to do responses to Chad Warden. Okay. Classic YouTube right there. Damn straight. And Chad Warden only did like 3 videos. Like he did PS3 review, Chad Warden be ballin', and I think he did a response to trolls or something, or a response to the haters. I think that's it. And then he just disappeared. Classic though, because he was playing a character like Copper Cab, but he didn't overstay his welcome. He just did a few videos and then fucked off. What y'all think about Cash and Sins? Just watched that recently. I haven't seen it, but Kyler owns it. The thing about Cash and Sins is it's actually a sequel, because the Cash and series is actually pretty long. Because there's the original anime from like the 70s called Cashan, and then there's the OVAs called Casher and Robot Hunter, and then there's Cash and Sins. Kyler owns all of those, and he really likes them. Did you know it's from the creator of Speed Racer? I'll probably watch it at some point. I haven't seen it yet. But $600 ain't shit. Chad Warden wipe his ass with $600. Really, the guy who did Speed Racer? That's cool. Yeah. There's a 1 star. 2 star. 3 star. 4 star. 5 star. This bit is not funny. 6 star. And 7 star. Again, not funny. Sorry. I could literally see the similarities. Anime starting to remind me of comics with how long the mangas run. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, anime... Look. Manga literally is just comics. It's Japanese comics. That's all it is. The only difference is the manga industry is still good, whereas the American comic industry is shit. Fugitive Redeye the Count, yeah. And you remember that Family Guy joke? 1 nipple, 2 nipples, 3 nipples. Oh, hell no, I'm out of here. Yeah, I have a bunch of Redeye Responds ideas I need to do. I'm thinking of responding to some of my older reviews I don't agree with. You know, like my Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling review. Or my review of The Mandalorian. Season 1. Because, although I still like The Mandalorian Season 1, I was way too nice to it. It's actually really not that good. I remember I said in the review, and this is the part that's like the cringiest, is I said I liked it better than all 6 movies. And it's like, that's not true. That's not true. Look, I love Mandalorians as a concept, so I got suckered in with the hype there. Also, I didn't mention how I thought that the Baby Yoda like stuff was stupid. Like, I was saying that I liked the character, and I was going on about how I think he's a good character, etc. But then I didn't say the part where I'm like, but I think he's overplayed and stupid, and I don't like how people are obsessed over him. I completely forgot to say that part, so it just sounds like I'm praising the shit out of the character, too. But like my Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling review, I completely hate. You have a list of Redeye Responds in mind? Good thinking. Yeah. What about Static Cling? Why did your opinion change? So, Static Cling. The first, like, 3 minutes of the movie, pretty good. After that, the entire thing becomes super preachy about, like, transgenderism and tries to tell you, the world's changing, and it's like this whole big thing about transgenderism. And you guys know how I feel about transgenderism. I've made no secret of it since the Rio video, right? Like, I'm pretty clear. I didn't used to be as harsh with that idea as I used to be. But because of how important culturally I think it is, I'm pretty openly against transgenderism. Got nothing against the individuals, don't give a shit. Don't like the idea. And I said that it wasn't preachy when that movie literally has a character named the Winds of Change. That's super fucking preachy. I don't know why my dumbass didn't call that preachy. But that's because at the time I didn't realize just how invasive activism is for the trans community. And no way they put that in a Rocco's cartoon. They did! They did! They turned Ralph Bighead into a tranny. And it's like, as I said in the review, I do agree that he's the character that makes the most sense to do it with, because he did have some identity crisis, and frogs can actually change sex. But I don't like it. It's a bad special. And they focus completely on, like, as soon as they get to the part where they meet up with Ralph Bighead, it goes completely downhill from there. Everything before that's great. But after that, the rest of the thing is completely focused on transgenderism, and I don't like it. Because it's supposed to be Rocco's Modern Life, and granted, I get it. That is a pretty big issue in the modern world. So I get that, but, like, to have that be the sole focus of the comeback for Rocco, and to be really in your face and preachy about it, I found really obnoxious. Because the original Rocco's Modern Life was just kind of fun, goofy, like, modern life stuff. Like, it wasn't anything, like, serious or, like, it wasn't trying to push a message. And Static Cling absolutely was. And it's a shame. Like, I can agree with part of the message that people get too upset when things are different. But I also think different doesn't mean good, and there's a lot of bad things that are different. That's depressing, too. It's like, why bring that into cartoons? I agree, not a fan of them pushing agendas. They should just make their own. Yeah, exactly. Well, like, the thing is, it's the creator himself who came back and did it. But it's like, why do you gotta solely Rocco with that? Why can't you just do your own thing? Like, do a new thing. But, like, I don't know. Static Cling kind of sucked. And, of course, with Rocco's Modern Life, the Winds of Change character, they have to make a dumb joke about the cloud farting because, get it, clouds can be gassy sometimes. Yeah, that's true. They did do a bad fart joke with him. But, like, also the fact is like, in the movie, because it takes place after Rocco's Modern Life, it takes place, like, in current day. But if you don't know, Rocco's Modern Life, the original series, ended with them blasting off into space, and Static Cling starts with them crashing back. Okay, yeah, sorry, the connection went down for a second. So as I was saying, the series, they go up into space, and then they come back down in the movie. But all of them are just fine with Ralph being trans, even though they've been in space since the 90s. You think people from the 90s would just immediately be like, that's awesome that you're trans? That would not happen. The 90s didn't like gays, let alone trannies. So I don't know. I just don't think it was realistic. When are you gonna chop your junk off and identify as Angelina? Never. I gotta be the complete package. God damn, I can be cringy as fuck sometimes. But, yeah, like I said, I think it's unrealistic, it's preachy, and it focuses too much on the one thing. And I praised the shit out of it in my review originally and said that it was good and it did the message well, and I don't agree with that anymore. So, I don't know. I have become more of an asshole as time has gone on too, so, and I've been much more willing to be a dick on the channel. Invader Zim special was so much better. Yeah, the Invader Zim special is great. I love Enter the Florpus. I thought it was fantastic. I do think it's a little weird they went with the comic art style rather than the original series art style, but fine. Still pretty good. Still pretty good art style. Like, the movie's great overall. I really do like Enter the Florpus. It's fun. Also, I know that, like, I think Joe Murray didn't want to do Static Cling. I think he had to be, like, persuaded to do it. Like, I think he wanted to just leave Rocko's Modern Life where it was, and they made him make it. Also, the Jungle movie was so much better. Like, Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie was great. And like, if you want to say, oh, they had his teacher be gay in that, why don't you care about that? Because his teacher was always gay. That's always been the case, and it's also, I don't care. Like, it was like one little thing where you see him with his husband. Yeah, the Jungle movie's great. The Winds of Change character, after he farts, even has a dumb line, oh, that wind came out of the wrong end. That scene is in one of the trailers anyway. Yeah, it's in the movie. But yeah, Jungle movie is great. I love the Jungle movie. And I love, because again, my favorite characters are Brainy and Curly, and they both have really good scenes in the Jungle movie. Like, Curly's like too crazy for the pirates. And Brainy literally saves the day because he went and got Helda's gold locket. Did I say Helda? I meant Helga. You know I meant Helga. But I feel like I said Helda. And I'm not gonna let myself let myself slide with that one. Bad. That actually kind of hurt. I hit myself way harder than intended there. Like, it didn't hurt, but it hurt a little bit. But yeah, no, like, out of the like, they don't need to keep rebooting old shows. Like, Jungle movie, great. Enter the Florpus, amazing. I think Jungle the movie is better than the Jungle movie is better than Enter the Florpus, though. Like, I think it's more satisfying as a conclusion. Although they're both good conclusions. Because I do like how Membrane actually bonds with Dib and actually, like, discovers the aliens are real. Like, I like Membrane in the movie a lot. So I think that was good too. I know what you mean. Haha. Want to see an Ed and Eddie come back? Speaking of cartoons, did you see Multiverse looking like Smash competitor? Multiverses. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with multiverses. But yeah, no. I don't want Ed and Eddie to come back. I think that the Big Picture Show is the perfect ending. Actually, I take that back. Okay. Yeah, no, I think the Big Picture Show is amazing. The Big Picture Show is the perfect ending to Ed and Eddie. So, I think there is no reason to bring it back. They wrapped it all up very neatly. I guess they could do a Revenge of Captain Melonhead or something, but, you know. Speaking of reboots, did you see the new Beavis and Butthead trailer? No, I haven't. How does it look? Does it look bad? I'm really worried, because I love Beavis and Butthead. And I really hope they don't ruin it. Yeah, I heard there's a new Warner Bros. Multiverse game coming out. Isn't it already out? I know it has, like, Shaggy in it. Like, Super Saiyan Shaggy. So that's pretty funny. It looks good from what I've seen. Good. I hope it's good. I really hope Mike Judge hasn't gone woke. I don't think he would, but you never know. And that's what worries me. And I, like, Beavis and Butthead is such a good show. Because I was actually rewatching some Beavis and Butthead with Corbin after we watched the SpongeBob movie, too. Beavis and Butthead is one of my all-time favorite shows. I love it. It's so fun. Because it is the only case where I can say the show is so dumb that it's smart. It's so lowbrow that it's highbrow. Like, it's this weird thing where it crosses a threshold you wouldn't think possible. And the 2011 reboot was great. So I'm really hoping this is on level with that. But doesn't this one, like, have them as, like, a lot older, too? Like, didn't they do that? Or did he not do that? Because he keeps saying he's going to age up the characters. But, yeah, no, Beavis and Butthead is great. King of the Hill is amazing, too. Mike Judge has done some great stuff. Like, Office Space is one of my all-time favorite comedies. And, Idiocracy is pretty good, too. They had a brief shot of them older, but they're still 15? Okay. Because, Mike Judge has said that he wants to make them old men a few times. Yeah, the Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe trailer just got uploaded yesterday, and the movie is coming out on June 23rd, 2022 on Paramount Plus. Why Paramount Plus? I guess Trevor has that, actually. I can watch it. I agree. Mike Judge, got to be the furthest thing from woke. I see him poking fun at it. I hope so. Because, like, I mean, when you watch Beavis and Butthead, he is not nice to, like, liberals. He's not nice to conservatives either. He picks on a lot, like, he picks on everybody. Um, but, like, Mr. Van Driesen is, like, the quintessential liberal. So, like, that's the whole point, is he's just a fucking weenie. So I don't see Mike Judge going woke, but the thing is, you never know, and you never see it coming until it does. Like, Sacha Baron Cohen is woke. Borat is fucking woke. What timeline are we in where Borat is woke? What the fuck? Like, that's crazy to me. A guy who literally made a song called Throw the Jew in the Oven talks about how we have too much hate speech online and how we need to crack down. What the hell is happening? All my other friends say Borat 2 sucked. I would imagine. I've actually heard that it's not too bad. Like, I think Razor Fist did a review of it, I think. And, like, it was just like the first one, but not as good. But, like, the fact that he is woke, though, it doesn't make any sense. And, like, Howard Stern doesn't make any sense either, because he's done some really spicy stuff. But then again, all the edgy YouTubers seem to go woke too, because like pretty much everyone who was involved with like Filthy Frank back in the day is woke now. Like I think Joe G's kind of woke himself. iDubbbz, H3H3, obviously. Like I don't know that he was ever in a Filthy Frank. I think he was. Wasn't he in one of the cake videos? H3H3 I think is the worst YouTuber, by the way. I think he is easily the worst YouTuber. Then who else? I guess Max Mofo hasn't like openly gone woke. And anything for views absolutely hasn't. I mean, he had a podcast with Keemstar. Yeah, he was in a few Filthy Frank videos. Okay. But yeah, like all the fun, edgy YouTubers are going woke, and it's like it's depressing. Like the only and at least Mumkey never went woke. Mumkey is still Mumkey. Like he doesn't really do videos anymore. Like he just does Is It Kino now, which I still watch every once in a while, but that's like all he does now is It Kino, which is fine. I enjoy the series, but like I miss when he used to do bits, when he used to be Mumkey Jones rather than just making like reviews. And I guess he does do some like gameplays of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and stuff, but like, and I get it. I get why he's kind of stepped away from some of the edgy stuff, like because I mean he got his channel deleted because of all of his Elliot Rodger videos, so I get that. But I just think like at least Mumkey didn't go woke. He's still the same person. He just doesn't upload that much. And when he does, it's usually movie reviews. Although then again, his Is It Kino series is the reason I decided to rewatch Drawn Together, because I hadn't seen Drawn Together since I was a kid, or at least a teenager. No, I tried rewatching it when I was going through my kind of quasi woke phase, right? Back when I was like 18 and I thought I knew everything, and I like tried to like, I was like really easily offended and kind of became like a kind of. But yeah, I don't know. That's probably. I guess that's probably going to be about it for the stream. I hope you guys have had fun. We've been all over the place. We've been on a journey to the closet. You know, go into the closet. They're going on a trip. They're going on a big adventure, and they don't know what's in store. They're heading from the closet, and they're going out the door. Toodles.